Brazilian hip-hop is a national music genre. From its earliest days in the African Brazilian communities of São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro, the genre has grown into a countrywide phenomena. Rappers, DJs, breakdancers and graffiti artists are active across the complete spectrum of society, blending Brazil's cultural heritage with American hip-hop to form a contemporary musical fusion. History: 1970s and 1980s. Brazilian hip-hop has its origins in the Bales Black of the late 1970s, where American funk and soul music was played. These events, which tens of thousands of people attended regularly, had become an important forum for the expression of African Brazilian identity during the absence of democracy. The military had assumed power in 1964 and would remain in power until 1985. The Bales Black were orientated towards playing American imports by artists such as James Brown, Funkadelic and Parliament. The influence of "Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud" by James Brown and the U.S. Civil Rights Movement is reflected in the names of the Brazilian sound teams: Black Power, Zimbabwean Revolution of the Mind. The sound teams of the Bales Black were soon providing opportunities for local master of ceremonies to take the stage, and though the parties were still orientated towards American music, they formed an important training ground for Brazilian rappers. By the early 1980s, the nascent Brazilian hip-hop movement was centered around the city of São Paulo, especially São Bento Station, Galleria 24 de Maio Street and the Teatro Municipal, where breakdancers and rappers congregated to exchange ideas and information. In 1988, the first hip-hop posse was formed by the rappers from Praça Roosevelt in São Paulo, calling themselves the Sindicato Negro. They were directly involved in helping other posses in the city to organize the first Brazilian hip-hop album. Hip-hop Cultura da Rua was released in September 1988 on the Paralelo label. The album featured Tide and Amp, DJ Hum, Código 13, MC Jack and O Credo. The second Brazilian hip-hop album was Consciência Black Volume 1, which featured Pânico na Zona Sul and Tempos Diferentes by the group Ration AMCs, as well as the song Nossos Dias by Charlene, who was the first female rapper to make an impact in Brazil. The influence of the Universal Zulu Nation, a U.S. hip-hop organization created by Africa Bambaataa as an alternative to gang culture, was emulated in Brazil with the formation of the Movimento Hip-Hop Organizado de Brazil in 1989. 1990s. The hip-hop group Posse Mente Zulu was formed in 1992 by Rappin' Hood, Johnny MC and DJ Akin, and released the track Su Negreiro that same year. The song, with its blend of samba and hip-hop elements, was hugely popular, and was later re-recorded by Rappin' Hood. The group Ration AMCs released the debut album Holocausto Urbano in Zimbabwe Records in 1992. Over the course of the next 5 years, they would establish themselves as one of Brazil's most important hip-hop groups. 2003 to present: new era incoming, new rappers, new styles. Check up to groups and artistas: Tribo da Periferia, Nego Lizu, Costa Gold, Premier and Mente, Hungria, Pregador Luo, Connor Crew, 100SEI, Pacificadores, QDC Beats and more. GOG, Genival Oliveira Goncalves, was the first hip-hop artist from the Brasilia hip-hop scene to make an impact with the release in 1992 of the 4-track album Peso Pesado. In February 1993, the first Brazilian hip-hop magazine, Pod Crescent, was published by JP Publicidade, São Paulo. The Brasilia group Cambio Negro, formed in 1990 by DJ Jamaica and X, released the debut album Subraca in July 1993. Its mixture of rock and hip-hop proved to be popular with audiences. Rationa's MCs released the third album Sobrevivendo no Inferno on their own independent label Cosa Nostra in 1997. The album was certified gold in January 1998. The São Paulo rap group Azedo, formed in 1989 by Sandreo, Halley and DJ CIA, released the self-titled debut album in 1997 on M.A. Records. They would later sign with the Cosa Nostra label. In 1997, DJ Alpiste, whom is said to be the first evangelical rapper in São Paulo, made his first commercial album. Alpiste's music inspired gospel rapper Pregador Luo, founder of the gospel rap group Apocalypse 16. MV Bill, a resident of the favela Cidade de Deus, first became aware of hip-hop music through the soundtrack of the 1988 US movie Colors. In 1998 he released his debut album Mandando Fechado. DJ Jamaica released the album Pardoido Pira in December 2000 on Warner Brothers. In 2002 Megavolts Bill released his second album Declaração de Guerra and has since established himself as one of the most articulate and controversial hip-hop artists in Brazil. The rapper Sabotage, from the South Zone in São Paulo, achieved major success with the release of his debut album Rap e Compromisso in 2002 on the Cosa Nostra label. His promising career was brought to an end after he was killed in January 2003. The second album, A Procura da Batida Perfeita by the rapper Marcelo D2, was released in 2003. Its fusion of samba and hip-hop was a hit, leading to an appearance on Acústico MTV where he performed acoustic versions of the tracks from the album. In 2006, GOG released the album of Isos Jerichos, which featured a collaboration with MC Rapadura on the song Aquem Possa Indressar. MC Rapadura had established his reputation in Repente and would later achieve success with his distinctive rapping style, which consists of mixing hip-hop music with forró and baião. Emicida is a rapper from São Paulo who released his first single, Triunfo, in 2008 and is one of the first Brazilian hip-hop artists to establish himself by posting his music on social networks and video sites. In 2008, the female rapper Flora Matos released the track Mundo Pequeno, which was produced by DJ CIA and directed by Mano Brown and Ice Blue of Ration AMCs. The track was featured on the compilation mixtape O Jogo e Acute Hosh, Politics and Rap. Initially, Brazilian hip-hop was an assertion of African-Brazilian identity and a continuation of the ethos of the 1970s Bales Black. As the genre gradually emerged, drawing new artists and audiences into its sphere, its themes widened to encompass a range of social and political issues. In 1993, Gabriel O Pensador, a writer and son of a prominent journalist, released the satirical rap song To Feliz Mate o Presidente, about the impeachment of former President Fernando Collor on corruption-related charges. The Mang Beat group Chico Science adhered to a musical style known as rap consciencia. Popular culture. The television series Cidade dos Homens was created by the directors of the film City of God. It was broadcast for 4 seasons on Globo TV between 2002 and 2005. It follows the fictional lives of 2 best friends, Luis Claudio and Euolus. who were growing up together in a favela of Rio de Janeiro. Funk, karaoke, and hip-hop forms the musical backdrop to their adventures and is featured prominently throughout the series. The episode, Hip Sampa Hop, in which Asarala and Laranjinha visit the city of Sao Paulo, includes short interviews with the hip-hop artists Size, Tide and Rappin' Hood. Brazilian hip-hop and its relationship to the favela is the subject of the 2005 documentary Favela Rising. The documentary details the efforts of the Afro-Reggae movement, which was formed in 1993 by Anderson Sarr and DJ Jose Jr. with the express purpose of providing a cultural outlet for young people as an alternative to the favela gang culture through a series of non-profit schemes involving music and dance. Afro-Reggae are also a musical group that fuses traditional Brazilian dance music with hip-hop and reggae. Education. Derek Pardue, in his article Hip-Hop as Pedagogy, examines the concepts of peripheria and marginality in relation to hip-hop identity as well as hip-hop's potential pedagogical value. Pardue proposes that the common perception of hip-hop as a U.S. cultural entertainment phenomena reflecting exclusive themes of urban gang membership and masculinity may be discarded for a more realistic assessment of its educational benefits, especially with regards to the young people of the favelas. Pardue cites the expansion of CEUs into favelas and the employment of hip-hop educationalists as examples of educational models that build upon earlier social and communal actions initiated by those from rural Brazil that settled on the outskirts of major Brazilian cities. Pardue highlights that many hip-hop artists and residents from the favelas have formed educational NGOs and have actively participated in state-sponsored schemes designed not only to improve the lives of those who are economically marginalized but also with a view of promoting hip-hop as a positive contribution to citizenship within wider society. Pardue points out that hip-hop educationalists realize the importance of hip-hop and its role in the lives of the young people of the favelas, and that its pedagogical value serves to benefit not only those on the periphery but also the wider aims of state education. Other artists. 509E, A Familia, Our Cubo, Black Alien and Amp Speed, C4 Bal, Criollo, Dina Die, Faxao Central, Nitro Die, Pavilao 9, Progetto Ladislau, Quinto Anda, Barateza, Ration AMCs, Azedo, Zafrica Brazil, Realidad Cruel, Tide, Trilha Sonora de Ghetto, Consciencia Humana, Sistema Negro, Código Fatal, Surgue Moral, Antieticos, Valente, 10OSEIQDC Beats. Notable songs: Nossos Dias, Charlene, Corpo Fechado, Tide and Amp, DJ Hum, Su Negreo, Possument Zulu, 10OSEI Vitair, Home Na Estrada, Ration AMCs, Tefelice, Gabriel O Pensador, Cardaram por Si, Sistema Negro, O Trem, Azedo, Traficando in For Macau, MV Bill, Isso Aqui e Q2 Maguera, Faxao Central, Dia de Visita, Realidad Cruel, O Quinta Vigia and Dee Naldinho, Munra, Sabotage Namp, Instituto, Fito no Brazil, Face da Morte, Films, Sao Paulo, Le Rap de la Saturation, directed by Yves Billin, Favela Rising, directed by Jeff Zimbalist and Matt Mockery, Estilo Hip Hop, directed by Laura Limble and V Bravo.